Welcome in, my friends. It is another outstanding week of 5 Minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Look, we're getting very close. This is the last week before the Being Social event, Madison, Wisconsin. I'll tell you what, if you don't already have your ticket, I fear it too late, my friends. I really do. But there might be a chance, so email us if you are still interested and haven't gotten your ticket. Today's show is a fun one for me. It's someone that I've been following and watching from a distance and haven't had a real chance to sit down and chat with yet. It's Kate Bierowski from Repair On Demand, the Director of Sales. Kate, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you so much for being a sponsor, a key sponsor of our event here in Madison. It means a great deal to us to bring service into the discussion, Kate. And I think your company being a part of it is really helping move that. So thank you so much for doing that.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be a part of it. I was one of those people last year who didn't get a ticket in time and wasn't able to attend. So this way I bought my way in.
Well, we were going to make sure of it after last year. Joe was going to see for it. It was going to happen either way. I love that you're being involved, and I can't wait to have your guys' panel. It's going to be unbelievable to have all of you up there. And you're here's Roger, here's Joe, and then here's Kate. I just can't wait to see how it all works together, and then I'm out here
I think it'll be comical, if anything. I mean, I think there will be some laughs, but I think there will be some good mic drops.
I agree with that. And I think that the guys, they had taken over an episode of this show, and I've never done that before. So Roger and Joe have done their own version of this show, and we launched it out a couple weeks before your show airs, and it was fun. They want to talk about bringing the two sides together, creating a dealership as opposed to the silo of service and sales. And Joe made the joke, no one cares about parts. We know he's joking. Everyone cares about parts, but there are these three specifically siloed parts of the business. And I can't wait to jump into that. But that's not what we're here for today, Kate. This show and this moment is all about what's on your mind. So, Kate, tell us what's on your mind.
Well, I have a mom brain, so I'm thinking of a million things I've got to get done right now. But you did, I've been learning more actually on the sales side of the house, something new for me. So my background is more of learning or working with the fixed top sides and bringing those two together. But a big piece of, and this is where my mom brain is going to jump from piece to piece to piece, is women. I just got to speak at Women in Automotive, and a huge thing, I actually was on their main stage as a keynote speaker, was talking about connecting and networking to learn. So you just talked about how the front of the house, the back of the house, and being able to network with people to be able to grow in your career, being able to grow in the industry. And I myself am learning the front of the house side of the dealership, where definitely my comfort space is in the fixed top side.
Well, this is like perfect, because the event is, we're trying to get the event into both sides. We're trying to get everyone open to the conversation, Kate. So it's perfect for you. You're going to have a lot of great retail front-end discussions that you'll be seeing and hearing. And so you've already kind of hit on some highlights. First of all, the Women in Automotive, I absolutely love this. I love everything about it. I've been watching it from afar. I try not to ask if anybody needs involvement, because I was
going to say you should join. You should join or attend one of the items.
That's what I'm saying is
I don't need more men involved in it.
Kate, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's just me, but I don't feel like I'm allowed. I don't.
So this is perfect. This is perfect because one of the things that there's a lot of different women's organizations, and it's not just women sitting there talking about their feelings. It is truly,
which is cool with me. I'm a feelings guy. I'm totally cool with that. That's what we're doing. But I get it. So we're not just sitting around talking about.
It's actually, this is awesome, because there is this unknown of should men join, should they be a part of it? And there was actually a panel discussing it, because women won't grow in their careers, won't get those opportunities with men if they exclude men out of the conversations. And it's very much of, you need men to help promote women, help to include them in the conversations, and just understand why there are key differences between men and women within the dealership space. So really huge opportunity there, and men need to be a part of it. Men need to also see there's the opportunity there. So any event, I highly, highly recommend.
Women in automotive, you want to make a connection there. I mean, I love the group of people involved. I love a lot of different people I see involved with it. And yeah, I would love to promote it in any way that I can, because I believe that there is so much room for not only more people in our industry, but more women in our industry, more of that sort of, it's just a different mentality, when you deal with women sales managers, women GMs, women on the front of the house.
Who's your number one consumer?
Well, yeah, right. I don't have kids, but it's still the same way in my house. Like, everything still runs through my wife. Like, that's the way it is, right? So it is something that I find very interesting. So I'm so glad that came up. Men are welcome to women's events.
Absolutely, they should be at the table. I mean, my husband attended the event with me, and he thought it was actually pretty cool because fun fact about me is, like, we're very opposite roles in our household. Of he's a teacher and spends the summer home with our kids. They're not home. That's why it's quiet in my house right now. We have very opposite, and I travel quite a bit, and I work in a very male dominated industry. He works in a very female dominated industry. And he thought it was very interesting, just the dynamic of the show. But more and more men have been involved, and it's something that the reason why we're talking about it and bringing awareness to it is there is less than 10% women that work in the dealership. Like, that is a very known thing. There are not many women in the leadership roles within a dealership. That's why the conversations are happening. So it's not to ruffle feathers or saying like I'm more important. It's just to level the playing field, and there's different opportunities or different mindsets that women bring. And honestly, we multitask better. We can do different things. There are facts about women. Like, if you thought about the grocery list going on in my brain right now and everything else, like, you would be quite impressed. Like, I can tell you everything at the grocery store I need, but also I can talk cars all day long. So
I love it. Yeah, no, I always want to say stuff, but I don't want people to feel like I'm pandering, because I'm not. I'm trying to be involved in it because I do support it and I do love it. It's interesting because had you not been involved in the show in the way that you are, one of my other ideas, because I've seen your involvement with the women's groups, was to say, how do we bring this into this? How do we bring the women's group into what we're doing here? How do we talk about that without being a panderer? Because that's not who I am. I'm not. There's a lot of people in this industry that do things to pander to other people. I am not one of them. But I do want to support what I support. So I love that got brought up. That's awesome. I love it.
It sounds like we have a panel for next year planned.
I tell you what, I'm in already. So I love it. As far as the networking piece that you touch on, I don't know how it is still so undervalued.
I am mind blown by that.
I would be nowhere. I would literally be nowhere without the network of people that I have built over the last 25 years in this. I would have no career if it weren't for that. I mean, yeah, I could sell cars, fine, whatever. That's fine.
I would not have a career if it wasn't for it either. And it honestly, I stumbled into it. So Joe and Roger, who are on the panel with me, I would consider them my good friends. I know I could text them, call them at any point in time. They'll take my call, whether it's personal or work related, but just phenomenal humans. And they didn't know me from anyone. There was very few women who joined the Service Drive Live group initially, and they let me ask questions. I wanted to learn, and they were happy to share information and help people grow. And through that group, I have met people from all over, from vendors to dealerships across the country. And literally now I text the group saying, hey, I'm going to Dallas on Tuesday. Anyone in the area? And we meet up for dinner and drinks, but you can learn so much. And this industry is so well connected that you will meet someone who knows someone you know, and you can get a reputation that way, and a good or bad, and it can impact you immensely. But I have learned so much, and now that I'm trying to learn more of the front end of the house of sales, it is awesome that I can just ask questions and get involved. And I could ask you, I'm going to this show and I'm excited for this event because I need to learn that part of it. But I know I can walk up to almost anyone in the automotive industry, and they're willing to help. They're willing to help anyone learn. And it's just that intimidation factor of you don't want to look like you don't know, but I'm the first one to say, hey, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about this and I can help you. And it's very mutual.
Yeah, you could not have picked a better event to come to from a niche perspective, which is what we're all trying to be here. I'm not trying to be the big guys. I find that all to be annoying. I'd look to have quality conversations, and Kate, you're gonna have them, and not only during the event, but the dinner afterwards. It's just so cool because it's everyone's just disarmed. We do all the meeting, like we do the meal family style, so everyone just sits.
That's the drinks, and the drinks are. You have a couple of drinks. Everyone's
those are all flowing, and they're all on the house, folks. You come to this event, it's one ticket gets you a whole day's worth of fun. It don't end. There's no bill shows up for you ever. On that regard. So we have a lot of fun with it. And the networking is huge. So the fact that you brought it up, the fact that you play into that is massive for me. It's what I say to people, who say, well, what's the value of going to your event? The network. The people we bring together, whether it's just the vendors themselves, you with your repair on demand team, we've got MXS, we've got Greenline, Reunion. These are major marketing companies who all have a reason they want to be involved, right? And that means a lot to us because we've worked hard to build that. So, Kate, the last thing I want to follow up on, and I'll let you go, is if I'm not mistaken, and I'm a little bit of a LinkedIn lurker, okay, but I do comment a lot. I do like a lot. I do it way more than I post. But you noticed your keynote, and if I'm not mistaken, that was bucket list. Is this correct? Did I see that post? Did I have the right?
I wouldn't say bucket list because bucket lists are fun and exciting. That yes, I achieved it. Like I went skydiving. That's bucket list. This was goals to push myself out of my comfort zone.
All right. So goal list, not
it
bucket.
Was my goal. Like I need to accomplish this, and I did.
You did it, and I've from what I've heard. You did wonderful. That's what I've heard. Is that what you've heard?
It went well. It went, yes. I'm not going to say I killed it, but I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. But no, it went very well.
Look at that. Modesty, mom brain, keeping it all together. It's unbelievable. Kate, you've been wonderful with your time. We thank you so much. On the way out, though, I want you to just, if you could, and folks, again, if you don't have your ticket, it might be too late. But Kate, you're doing something really cool for attendees of the show. We like to do the giveaway Wisconsin style with a raffle, as folks know. And your company's really stepped up for the SDL panel to give it away. Can you tell us briefly about that giveaway, Kate?
Yes. So we have a product. It's BlueDriver Max, and it is intended for dealers to scan cars before you take a car on trade, because we all know it is very easy to clear codes, and the cost of for a mechanical repair can be thousands of dollars. I have a local dealer in Madison who didn't scan a car and had $4,000 worth of repairs that if they had scanned with our device, they called me. I was in my pajamas working from home. They're like, hey, can you come scan this car? $4,000 worth of repair that we would have caught had he taken a 30-second scan on that vehicle. So we're giving away our BlueDriver Max device in subscription for a year for a dealer. And it is the simplest thing to add to any dealer's process for taking cars on trade. And if you are not scanning your vehicles, I will tell you, most dealers around you are, and you're going to take in cars with a lot of issues. So it's something very simple to help your bottom line.
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. When you're there, I'm going to definitely connect you with my buddy Marty, runs a used car outfit down south, and I'm pretty sure he does not scan bins. And I just imagine. I don't know. I've never heard of this before, Kate. Now, again,
it's newer. It is newer that dealers are doing this, but the anxiety I have of just the risk, the cars are so technical now. You have to, because you just don't know.
Yeah, it's really cool that you're doing it, Kate. Again, we really appreciate you, the Repair on Demand team, stepping up with that. It sounds absolutely great. And whoever wins is going to be a lucky individual. Kate, you've been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you so much for, again, being involved in the Being Social. It means a lot to us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and we'll see you next week.
We will. Thank you all. Everyone who's coming to the show, we will see you next week. That's correct. September the 16th. Next week on the show, I'm going to do something fun by myself. It's been 5-6 weeks since I've been solo on this show. We're going to do a little pre-show fun. Join us for that, won't you? Have yourselves a great rest of your week, and thank you for joining us.